you should watch where you step, get to stepping, y'all. Get gone. We just want to work, go to church, have a good time till we in the dirt. So I start looking into these quads, and I'm gonna get a quad for this music video. So the quad that like everybody has is like this Raptor 700. That's like the fucking quad, okay? So I go to the motorsports place to check them out, and they're like 12 grand. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not spending $12,000 on a fucking quad. Like, I already have the dirt bikes. That's what I use to get around the mountains and the property and shit. Like, I don't have any use for a $12,000 quad. Like, I'm not doing it. So I start reading and doing research, and I'm looking at all these used ones. And the problem with buying a used quad is people just bag the shit out of them. They run them into the ground. You never really know what you're getting with a used quad. You know, they're like, you get them for like $3-4 grand, sometimes less. But then I find this Honda quad that is just released in 2026, and it's retro. You guys saw the quad in the music video. It's like red, white, and blue. It's fucking, it looks like it's from the 80s or the 90s. It's just so sick. Little slice of heaven somewhere out on a ranch. Pissing off the world is trying to tell you it's bad to be like you. This is for the guys who gon' fight to be free till the cops come around. Who never let the flag that they wave touch the ground. Metal sign on a fence post, no trespassing allowed. And this is for the ones who don't run, reading Bibles, loading guns. They know what they gotta do and they know how to get it done. All the ones who learning lessons till the day they get to heaven. If you ain't one of us and get to stepping. And I'm like, yo, that's the quad I want. Like, that's so dope. And I find out that brand new, it's only $5,200. So I'm like, okay, that I can do 5,200. I'm not gonna do 12 grand, but I can do 5,200 bucks. That's chill. Let's do that. So I start looking into getting this quad, and surprise, they don't sell them in California because they're not California compliant, because Gavin Newsom is a Nazi and he doesn't like things that create exhaust. So you can't fucking buy the quad in California. And I'm so bummed because it's relatively cheap. It looks really cool. It's the one I want. So it's like the middle of the day. I call Honda. Honda says, oh yeah, we got one. Just drive over here. So I drive all the way from my house into the city, which is fucking far. And I show up at Honda, and guess what? The guy was wrong. It said on the website they have one, but in the store, they actually don't have one. So I'm fucking choked. I just drove 2 hours to get there. My sister's there. She's got my trailer. We're going to load it up into the trailer, but there's no fucking quad. So I say to my sister, look, I'm not spending 12 grand on this other quad. I'm getting this $5,200 quad one way or another. Nevada is right fucking there. I'm sure they sell them in Nevada. So at like noon on this random day of the week, I'm like, hey, you want to just park your truck here at the dealership and hop in my truck and we'll just drive out to Nevada and fucking get one? So next thing I know, I'm on the road with my sister driving to fucking Vegas to get this quad. We show up there. They got it. Everything's all good. I sit down to get this quad, and the guy's like, there's other shit that happened here on the way out there. There's engines overheating in the truck and all of this fuckery. But we get there, we sit down, I'm filling out the paperwork to buy this quad. And the guy goes, so what's your address? And I'm like, California. And he's like, oh, well, this quad isn't California compliant. Like, I can't sell it to you if you live in California. I'm like, what the fuck? I just drove 5 hours to Las Vegas to buy this fucking quad because they're not California compliant. I'm aware, sir. That's why I'm here in Nevada buying this quad right now, because you can't get them where I'm from. So he's like, look, dude, the only way that I can sell you this quad is if you have an address that's somewhere outside of California. And I'm a loner. I don't have any fucking friends. Like, what? Like, I don't know anybody else. I certainly don't know anybody else's address. Enter my biggest fan. This is why I love you guys so much. This is why I love you guys so much. Not only are you guys going to iTunes to download the new song so we can hit #1 and blow up the comments on the music video so that we can take it to #1 on YouTube, but you guys do a lot of other really amazing, awesome things for me. So if you were in my live stream a couple days ago, you know that 2 of my biggest fans ever, Lacey and Carol, both came to California, and they were here on vacation, and they're like 2 of my biggest supporters, biggest fans, awesome friends. I'd never met them before, but they're like, hey, we're in California on vacation. And I'm like, let's go for dinner. One of the things that like really put everything in perspective for me was that like 2 of my biggest fans ever, Lacey and Carol, end up taking a vacation to Los Angeles. And they send me a message and say, hey, we're in LA and we're going to do all of these LA things. And if you're around, it'd be great to meet you. So I ended up going to dinner with Lacey and Carol and Nova and Carol's husband. And we all went out for a really nice dinner and chatted and talked. And then we went out 2 days after and we all got matching tattoos that say the death threats were ghost stories. We all got this matching tattoo. I also got this tattoo. But I sat down and I ate dinner with Lacey and Carol's husband and Nova. And just like hanging out with people who I'd never met before, who only know me because of my music, hearing the things that they said, how much they loved what I was doing and how great of an impact it had on their lives and the positive changes they've been able to make as a result of the music. Just like sitting around and chatting with these people and talking about these things, like made me think of all of you guys and how many people there are out there that I've never met, that I'm probably never going to meet, who have been impacted by my music and who have fallen in love with the music and maybe me long distance. And it made me think of all you guys and like sitting there chatting with them. It was like, damn, man, there's like hundreds of thousands of people out there that like probably feel this exact same way. And I don't want them to feel like I've abandoned them. I don't want them to feel like I just disappeared one day and left them high and dry. And it just like really helps put everything in perspective. And I think that might have been like the spark that started like relighting the flame, where I was like, okay, I got to get back in the fucking saddle. I got to do what I do. Let's make music, speak on behalf of people that feel like they don't have a voice, and fucking rock out. So it was a really incredible experience to sit down with them. And I think it was the start of something much bigger. It was like a fire that started growing inside me. And I was like, okay, this music thing has become bigger than me. Like, yeah, I'm burnt out and I'm tired and shit, but there's like a whole bunch of other people out there and they're going through shit. They're sick, they're broke, they're losing family members, they're under fire at work, they're getting fired, they're, you know, dealing with life shit. Life's happening to all these people and they're going through a hard time too. And I've always been something in their life that helped them feel better about the shit that they were going through. And, I was just like, yeah, okay, I gotta get back behind the wheel and I gotta fucking go. So I take Lacey and Carol for dinner. I told you guys we ended up getting matching tattoos. This one, the death threats were ghost stories. So I got matching tattoos with 2 of my biggest fans. We went out for dinner together. We became friends. We finally met in person. I'm sitting in this fucking dealership and this guy's telling me, I'm not selling you this quad unless you have a fucking address somewhere else in America. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? I don't know anybody. Enter my biggest fans. I have this idea. Oh shit. I just made 2 brand new friends that have addresses in America, Lacey and Carol. So I call Lacey and I'm like, hey, Lacey, it's Tom MacDonald. And she's like, oh, I'm at work right now. Like, what's up? And I'm like, okay, this is a really fun, like, before you were a fan, but now you're a friend. And this is one of the fun parts about being friends with me. You're going to get insane phone calls where I request ridiculous things from you, just randomly. And she goes, okay, what do you need? And I'm like, look, I'm trying to buy this quad right now. They won't give me a quad unless you give me an address. So she gives me her address in Ohio. And I tell the guy, and he's sitting right there. And I'm like, this is the address. It's Ohio. Yeah, this is the zip code. This is the address. So he writes the paperwork. And I was like, thank you, Lacey. You are now the proud owner of a Honda TRX 400. I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye. So the guy sells me the quad, all thanks to you guys, especially Lacey, but thanks to how supportive and amazing my fans are. And that was the quad that was in the music video. So I don't know. I guess I would have been on one of my dirt bikes in the music video if it wasn't for that quad. But Lacey came through in the super clutch and got the quad. And then they emailed the registration and the pink slip to her house. And she texted me like, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago. And she was like, hey, I just got like something in the mail for you. And I was like, yeah, you're the proud new owner of a Honda TRX 400. I told you. That's the pink slip. So then she had to mail it to me. So I have the registration here. And not only did that quad look freaking awesome in that music video, but it's also not California compliant, which is just a little protest against Gavin Newsom and his fuckery. So every time I'm riding that quad, I'm just smiling to myself knowing that this is so illegal and it's awesome. So fuck Gavin Newsom. Huge shout out to Lacey and Carol. And my fans, my two biggest fans, they're the only reason that I even had that quad in the music video. So that's pretty awesome. If you don't want to download the new song for me, download it for Lacey, okay? She deserves it. So
you should watch where you step, get to stepping, y'all. Get gone. We just wanna work, go to church, have a good time till we in the